Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
Good morning, Owasso. This is Chad with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. Well, I went and saw Fantastic Four with my buddy last night, and so I figured I would do a review over that today, and it is actually a really good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. Me and my buddy both did. Trying to think of the best way to talk about this without spoiling anything for anybody, but it's more like Disney's going back to their roots of like focusing on family, and that's really what this movie was about. It was like family oriented, teamwork movie. The first time I think the Fantastic Four has actually pulled off like a actual decent Fantastic Four movie, because I think the main reason that I've always had a problem with the Fantastic Four is because it always seems like it's four against one at all times, and that's not what superheroes do. Superheroes are usually the underdog in most cases, and in Fantastic Four case, it's always their villain that they're going up against is so much more powerful than they are. They have to all take them on together. I mean, the reason why the Avengers have to take on Loki, and we're only taking on Loki, is because Loki had an army with them, so they all had to fight to stop the army and stop Loki at the same time. Whereas the Fantastic Four, it's literally just one bad guy, so powerful he can't beat him. So it just feels like four superheroes ganging up on one bad guy. I think that's probably the problem that I always had with it. But in this one, Galactus, however you say his name, is so big and bad, you understand why it takes all four of them to team up together to stop him. And yeah, it was just really, really good. And again, Disney going back to the roots, where they're protecting, the whole major part of the story is Galactus wants their son, their child that they're having, and it's about them having this moral conflict within them of do we sacrifice our son, our newborn son, for the world, or do we selfishly keep our baby for us and fight off Galactus? And that's the big conundrum of the movie, which is really, really good. I mean, because you can see that it's literally eating away at Pedro Pascal's character, or Mr. Fantastic, because he's torn. He's like, do I protect the world? Do I protect my son? And he doesn't want to sacrifice his son for, to save the world. It's just really good. It's very good. It's focused on the family. And again, Disney going back to their roots, this was actually a family movie. It felt like a family movie. And the threats felt real enough, because we actually see Galactus destroy a planet. They go to try to stop him, and we actually see him destroy a planet. You're like, whoa. Whereas that's the thing is, like, I think the other movies that tried to bring in, like, big world-eating planet devourers like that, like, they don't really show that. They just all of a sudden they just show up to the planet and they're just like, okay, well, we haven't really seen him do anything. We've just heard about him this whole time. But even just looking at this trailer, there are so many scenes that are in this trailer that were not in the film. So it's going to show you they've cut a lot of stuff out and changed scenes for this movie. I can just go through. It looks like John Malkovich is right there. He was never in the movie. So I wonder what character he was supposed to be. I'm not entirely sure. There's probably a bunch of fan theories out there about who he is, or they probably know exactly who he is or who he was supposed to be. But he was never in the movie. But it was really, really good. So I'd give it, definitely, it's a good movie. So you know my tier list. It's great movie, means I would go see it in theaters again. A good movie means that I will buy it when it comes out on DVD, digital download, Blu-ray, whatever. Then you have decent movie, which is I wouldn't go to it again, and I would probably, if it was on TV, I would watch on TV, but I wouldn't buy it. And then bad movie is I was falling asleep or trying not to walk out of the theater. So it was a good movie. But I just think I think at this point we're just all kind of superheroed out at this point. Which, no big deal on that. Everybody, that's the thing. That's what they said that happened with the Western. The Western disappeared because everybody got sick of it back in like the 60s. But it made its way back. I mean, Westerns were taken over for a while back in, I'd say, like the early 2000s. But it was a good movie, and I just don't want to spoil anything for you. I just don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But very, very good movie. Highly recommend seeing it. Again, focusing more on family is what made this movie really good, I think, because they are a family unit. And it's about, having children and protecting children, which, my goodness, Hollywood hasn't been about that life in years now. So seeing this was literally a breath of fresh air. It's like parents trying everything they can do to protect their children and to protect their way of life. I mean, that's basically what it feels like right now in America. We're trying to preserve our families and our way of life. So it kind of hits at the kind of core of what people have a problem with in the United States right now, is wanting to protect their families and preserve their way of life. So I think that's kind of why this movie maybe hit harder than it probably should have, because it's kind of culturally relevant if you think about it. But that's about really all I've got, because I don't want to ruin too much about it. So I'll just pull up a couple of memes that I had for the show. And of course, there's this one right here, which is pretty funny. It's the cast and crew looking at memes during one of their interviews for the show.
Stretchy,
a rubber band,
a
piece of rock,
and you're
invisible
invisible.
match, and a plastic bag.
These are smart memes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She's not absent. She's holding us and protecting us like a force field.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can see
Stretchy,
they're looking at that
rubber band.
bag. Is like there's the Human Torch, a rock, rubber band, and then, of course, Invisible Woman. You can't see anything. Or they say it's the bag itself, but that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny comparing that to the Fantastic Four. So that's pretty good. I like it. So that's a pretty good meme. And then, of course, everyone's favorite is 3 out of 4 superheroes agree that money is the best superpower. And Mr. Fantastic kind of has both. The only thing that I'll say, it's kind of weird, is like it seems like they kind of rule the planet. Like they're kind of the kings of the planet in this universe. And this is a different universe from, that's another thing I forgot. It's like this is a different universe from the Marvel universe, the one that we're all used to. Like this is kind of like it's 50s era, like futuristic 50s era. I kind of compare it to like kind of like the Jetsons, how like everybody in the 50s thought the 2000s would be, flying cars and robot servants and stuff, but it's set in a different universe from the main timeline of like where Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, all of them are. But as we saw from the, because I didn't even see it in theaters because I've kind of stopped hanging around and watching the ending credits or the post-credit scenes. But at the end of Thunderbolts, we see the Fantastic Four shuttle, their ship from this movie, entering the standard or the regular Marvel universe's atmosphere. And so we can only assume that something bad happened, that they changed universe, or they somehow got shit sent into like a wormhole or something that sends them to the standard Marvel universe. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see where it goes. It was a really good movie. It was a good movie. So I highly recommend going and seeing it. So absolutely, but that's really all I've got for today. This was going to be a short episode today. I didn't really have anything prepped other than the fact of just this movie, and the only other kind of breaking news was kind of speaking since Johnny Storm is a Human Torch. There was an incident where a Republican, politician in, I think, Pennsylvania, or I'm not exactly sure where, but got set on fire. And I'll probably be talking about that tomorrow on tomorrow's show. But yeah, Republican congressman got set on fire, and they say that they believe it's for personal reasons, because it seems like the guy was talking to the guy that set him on fire's ex-wife. So we'll see what happens. That story is still kind of unfolding, so I'm going to look more into that, and we'll probably talk about that on Friday's show, unless something just groundbreaking happens within today or tomorrow. So, well, all right, but that is really all I think I've got for today. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. But that is pretty much all I have for today. So I guess I will catch you all on the next one. So I will see you later, everybody.
Could you take us through how you defeated Galactus?
How we do?
We didn't.
Not yet. Not yet, we didn't.
We attempted to negotiate, but Galactus, he asked too high a price.
Well, what does he want?
What did he ask?
He asked for our child.
John, answer this! Are we safe?
Are we safe? I don't know.